Hello and welcome to Crypto Empire. My name is Connor and this is where we dominate the crypto market. This is Crypto Empire Morning Domination, episode number 7. I want to welcome everybody to the live stream this morning. I can see we already do have a few viewers in attendance. Welcome Dre, welcome Guy Crip, and welcome Glasshopper77. Be sure to smash up that like button. Now, let's get right into the stream today because we do have a very big day. It is the FOMC meeting day. The Federal Reserve will be announcing the interest rate hike announcement at 2 p.m. This will have a big effect on the market, or at least that's expected. Whether that's going to be a 50 basis point rate hike, 75 basis points, possibly even 100 basis points, which I believe would cause a bit of a sell-off on crypto, in even stocks if we see a 100 basis point rate hike. So we're going to be getting into that in this live stream, and then I'll also be outlining the key price levels on Bitcoin and Ethereum for all the short-term traders out there looking to trade this volatility because, of course, as a trader, you make your living trading off of the volatility. So with that being said, let's hop right into my computer and go over the crypto market overview for today. We also have Satoshi Flacito saying, thanks, Connor. Appreciate your views. No problem, Satoshi. Thank you for being here in the live stream. Now let's get right down to business. So, taking a look at the prices right now, Bitcoin trading at $21,240. It did drop below to $20,000 overnight. It has rebounded, as you can see, 1,250 points. All right, so we did go ahead and test that 20K level, and like I've been saying, I don't think that we are at the bottom just yet, but we are due for some short-term relief. So depending on what the Fed says today, I wouldn't be surprised to see, maybe not today, but later on in this week, Thursday or Friday, maybe some short-term rallies, all right? Because we've just been selling so aggressively, especially the Asia sessions, right? It's not really happening in the US sessions as much as it is happening in the Asian market trading hours, that we're seeing such aggressive selling, right? Here on the east coast of the US, this is when I'm asleep, when we're getting these massive sell-offs. But huge sells happening overnight. Bitcoin going to test that 20K level. Ethereum trading at $1,100. A lot of talks that 3 Hours Capital, a huge crypto fund, is facing liquidations on about $200 million of Ethereum. And these liquidations are going to take place, around $1,050 ETH. Of course, they're doing everything that they can to put out that fire, adding capital, etc. But it is not looking good for 3 Arrows Capital. They had about a $17 billion fund. Right now, it's about $1 billion. So $16 billion, kind of a race for them. And this goes to talk about the importance of managing risk, especially with leverage. You don't just lose $16 billion out of nowhere. That happens when you are extremely over-leveraged, a little bit kind of ahead of yourself, big head, and then it catches up with you and you get destroyed. 16 bill gone, going completely bankrupt now. They are scrambling to figure out the situation. Of course, we'll be getting into that in this live stream, but Ethereum, we have to keep a close eye on it. 3-digit Ethereum seems very likely with all of the crises happening right now in the crypto market, with these huge centralized entities, these huge funds facing insolvency, losing all their money, all their capital, all their investors' capital. Liquidity is very dry right now. And yes, like I said, 3-digit ETH does seem very likely. We got Tyson saying, can you explain your paid Discord at some point? I certainly can, Tyson, but I definitely recommend that you just go to my official website, cryptoempirecode.io. And I actually made a video explaining exactly what it is here. So I'll definitely get into that this stream later on. But go ahead and watch this short video on the page about the Discord. And it tells you exactly what the service does provide, right? Because all it is a paid service. I tell you when I'm taking my trades, what coins I'm investing in, daily constant price action updates, exactly what is happening, almost like a play-by-play on what the market is doing as we go ahead and profit from our trades. So go ahead and watch the video on the Discord page on my official website, cryptoempirecode.io. And any questions, just let me know as well. We got Hamza saying, broski, what's up, Hamza? How are you? We got NLG saying, hi, bro, how's it going? It's going okay. GHX7 saying smash the like button. Awesome, smash up that like button. Yeah, it's going okay. Had a bit of a rough night last night at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Got my shoulder a little bit tangled up, so it's definitely sore this morning, feeling the effects. But other than that, having a great day. So yeah, just got to kind of rest up a little bit. So let's go ahead and take a look at today's top gainers. We have Basic Attention Token trading at 13.6% on the day right now. Kind of a pump out of nowhere, right? Bat coming back from the dead. Bat, a very solid altcoin, been around for longer than most, and it will most likely survive this bear market. Basic Attention Token up 13% on the day. Now, taking a look at the losers, we do have a lot of losers, as you can see. ETH being one of the big ones, right? Ethereum down 9.4% on the day, 40% on the week. So massive losses happening for the major cryptocurrencies, and everything for the most part is red today. So let's go ahead and take a look at the charts right now and really get down to business and start outlining some key levels and some main things to be looking out for with our Bitcoin technical analysis. Let's see. Alice saying, nice, you just started BJJ or been training? I actually just started. Just started up last month. I tried it like 3 years ago, but I actually took up karate at that point. But now I'm getting into BJJ for that ground game. But yeah, as a white belt, you know how it is, right? You're just like rigid and nothing flowing. So that's why I kind of tweaked my my shoulder a little bit. But listen, I didn't make it easy for the guy either. I was rolling with a black belt, and yeah, I just kind of used my strength and brute force to overpower him. But I have to learn some technique because that will not last against a skilled opponent in a match, right? It's just like trading. You need to have your skills down pat, or else you're going to get rinsed out there in the market. Same thing with any martial art trading. But anyway, let's stick to business. Let's stick to cryptocurrency here at the Crypto Empire Morning Domination, episode number 7 live stream. So taking a look at the Bitcoin chart right now, as you can see, as we were talking about, price went down and tested the $20,000 level. We are trading in a bit of this descending channel, right? Price just in this channel, waiting for the FOMC announcement today at 2 p.m., as you can see. So we have to see how this is going to play out, right? A lot of people expecting the 75 basis point rate hike. A lot of people saying this is priced in right now. Now, before I really get into my Bitcoin technical analysis, I want to share with you a timeless lesson from one of my favorite books on trading and investing, and that book is Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. All right, so this is a book that everybody should read. Here we have the PDF right in front of us. Now, when it comes to books, the books that last the test of time, the ones that, you know, aren't written just for a profit, like, because if you go to Amazon or Audible nowadays, most of these books are written by entrepreneurs that don't actually write the books themselves and just want to create the books for money, for income, for online income. So those timeless classics, the wisdom in them and the lessons that can be learned can never be replicated. So I mean, I look for books that are like older than, you know, 100 years old, right? This is a book of a story of one of the greatest stock traders of all time. You know, he was alive 100 years ago in the early 1900s. But let's talk about the news and what the effects the news has on prices. He's talking about stocks here, but it is a very relevant lesson to cryptocurrency. So let's go ahead and read this. Another lesson I learned early is that there is nothing new in Wall Street. Same thing goes with crypto. Crypto is basically a newer version of Wall Street. And now we have the same institutional players that have been playing in Wall Street for centuries, right? From the time this book was written. Now they're playing in the crypto market as well. So there's a lot of lessons to be picked up here. There can't be because speculation is as old as the hills. Whatever happens in the stock market today has been happening before, and it will happen again. I've never forgotten that. I suppose I really managed to remember when and how it happened. The fact that I remember that way is my way of capitalizing experience. I got so interested in my game and so anxious to anticipate advances and declines, all the active stocks, that I got a little book, right? A trading journal, if you will. I put down my observations in it. It was not a record of imaginary transactions, such as so many people keep merely to make or lose millions of dollars without getting the swelled head or going to the poorhouse, right? So he just wanted to see if he was going to be right or wrong. It was rather a sort of record of my hits and misses. And next to the determination of probable movements, I was most interested in verifying whether I had observed accurately. In other words, whether I was right. So as we can see here, talking about a stock, remembering past performances, he would check up on it, So this is how we first came to take an interest in the message of the tape, the ticker tape, or the price of the stock changing. The fluctuations were from the first associated in my mind with upward or downward movements. Of course, there is always a reason for fluctuations. This is what I'm talking about. But the tape does not concern itself with the why and wherefore. It doesn't go into explanations. What he's saying right now is that the price does not care about the news or their narrative. Right now, everybody's saying, oh, the rate hikes are going to do this. The rate hikes are going to do that. The price does not care what the rate hikes will be. Yes, it will have an effect, but most likely it already is priced in to an extent. And this is exactly why I'm sharing with you this timeless lesson from this legendary trading book today. Because everybody wants to say, oh, the Bitcoin price did this because of that. And all these other reasons on why the price is moving in a certain direction. As a trader, you don't care about all of this. Of course, you use it and you're aware of it. But the most important thing is price action, all right? So a lot of people get caught up, oh, the rate hikes are today. It's going to do this and that and this and that. Price does not lie. Price action does not lie. Price action is everything. Let's go read further before we hop into the Bitcoin chart. I didn't ask the tape why even when I was 14 and don't ask it today at 40. The reason for what a certain stock does day to day may not be known for 2 or 3 days or weeks or months. But what the dickens doesn't matter. Your business with the tape is now, not tomorrow. The reason can wait. Exactly what I just said. But you must act instantly or be left. Time and again I see this happen. You'll remember that hollow tube of stock went down 3 points the other day. And the market rallied. That was the fact. On Monday, you saw that the directors passed the dividend. That was the reason, all right? So stocks do something days in advance. Crypto prices do things days in advance. Most likely, the rate hike is already priced in. It was priced in days in advance, which is why we saw such a huge crash if we go back to the daily chart, right? We're seeing things just sell off so rapidly. Of course, we have all the liquidations with Celsius, with 3 Hours Capital, all these other things happening. But the reason why I share with you this timeless lesson from this legendary book, Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, is because we love to get so caught up in the reasons of why this is happening and why that is happening. If you're too caught up in all the noise and jargon out there, you're going to miss the trading opportunity. Okay, so keep that in mind going forward. There's always going to be a reason, but price action prevails. Price action is everything. Price action is key. All right? Let's see what else is happening in the chat. We got CG saying hi from my afternoon commute home. What's up, CG? Hope you're having a good commute home. Hope you had a great day. Assuming you're over somewhere else in the world, not the US, if you're already on your afternoon commute home, because we are still in the morning time over here. We got Alice saying that trading is very similar to fighting. Yes, I have to agree with that. We got Steve Sabat. Trucker Steve is back. Morning to all. What's up, Trucker Steve? How are you this morning? MMC John saying price action is king. Listen to Hopium YouTubers is disgusting. Yes, I mean, price action is everything. A lot of people are going to keep on pushing out content to just kind of for the sake of pushing out content to keep on getting their views and engagement. But of course, we look at the big picture here and we keep it as real as possible so that we can make the most informed decisions possible in the cryptocurrency market to make as many gains as possible. So now taking a look at this price, we are in this descending channel waiting for this announcement. It will cause volatility. There's no doubt about that. But most likely it already is priced in. Like I said, I do expect us to have a relief bounce this week. I mean, we have just been selling off so aggressively going into this major weekly support level. As you can see here, if I put a line on our low, which comes into play at $20,050, and we look to the left, that is at the top wick of this demand zone. And then, of course, we also have, let me just go to the Binance chart because Bybit doesn't go back to 2017. Now, we also have the previous all-time high from 2017 here on Bitcoin. So when we have such aggressive sell-offs for a prolonged period of time into a major support level, it's just the same really as our 28K level from over here, right? It's very similar to the 28K level where we have a big sell-off into it. You see how we kind of stalled here, right? We had one green week in this midst of just a sea of red, a sea of selling. sea of blood, right? This 20K level is similar, where it's a multi-year support level, very similar to 28K. So that's why I'm expecting price to slow up here in the shorter term, right? We do have our outline levels. As you can see, I have my line over here at 16,000. Then we also talked about the possibilities of 12 to 9K for max pain total capitulation down here. But with that being said, we are at a major multi-year support level, demand level, at the $20,000 level. And that is why I do expect at least a short-term bounce before we go ahead and hit some lower price targets. Now let's hop into my Bybit chart once again and go over this. So like I discussed, we're really in one gigantic range now between 16,000 and 26,000, 27,000. That is a $10,000 price range. Not too uncommon for Bitcoin. Let's not forget how many times we've traded in a massive price range on BTC. For example, this bear flag up here, we were between 45K about and around 35K, another $10,000 price range right there. Of course, we had that false breakout at the end of March. This was when I was in Costa Rica, if anybody does recall. Right, I remember catching trades from the jungle when we had this epic pump up. I had a huge trade on IOST back then, and some other ones as well. But we were trading in a 10K range at this moment in time. So $10,000 ranges are not too uncommon for Bitcoin. And right now we haven't went ahead and tested 16K yet, but realistically that is a major level on the chart. So I am calling it early that that's the bottom of the range that we are in. And then the top of the range is going to be this huge overhead resistance level, the biggest one. There's a ton of resistance, as you can see over here, around $22,000, $23,000. A ton of overhead resistance right in this level. And we have a big one at 25K, of course, from that wick down in May last month when we had a huge sell-off. And then before we collapsed, we went ahead and established some support levels at around the $27,500 level up to 28K. Of course, 28K, that previous multi-year support level, support flips to resistance. Now it is our overhead major resistance level. So we are most likely going to chop around, and when we do see a relief pump that I am speaking of, I do think that we will not go higher than $27,000 here on Bitcoin. That is right up here, this line up here, 27K, most likely the highest we'll see for any kind of relief rally, if it even has the strength to get up there. Most likely it only gets to around $25,000, maybe even only 23K, much like the situation we were just in with Bitcoin when I was waiting for our overhead levels to go ahead and hit over here on BTC, right? We were in this range from about 28 up to around 30, 32, 33, right? A $5,000 range. And we had my overhead levels over here at around 33, and they never got hit because the bounces were all so very weak. All right, we could see another situation because the market is distraught right now, right? The market is super weak. We have huge funds losing billions of dollars, going bankrupt, not able to allow their customers to withdraw their own capital that they deposited, like Celsius. So the market is very distraught right now. So we might not even have the gusto or the strength to go ahead and reach these higher overhead resistance levels. So that is why I am kind of waiting for the 23K level. I mean, looking at the 1 hour chart, you can see all of the overhead resistance here. Just some major levels, mainly at 22,220, another one at 23,100. And I will show you that I did attempt a bit of a scalp this morning, but my entry was never filled. If we head on over to the Discord, I did plan on going long at $21,960 with the stop just above at 22,375, as you can see right here, a 3-to-1. However, price only made it to $21,768. So it came 200 points shy of my entry, which was this green line here. So I canceled the order. I mean, I'm not going to... It was a scalp, a short-term trade, banking on the fact that we wouldn't go ahead and cross over this local high here, coming into play at $22,273. Right? That's why I placed the stop just above here, as you guys can see. But price went ahead and it used these wicks as its resistance and my order was never filled. So I'm just going to wait now for any active trading positions for this FOMC announcement to take place today at 2 p.m. before I go ahead and start jumping back into these waters with active positions, right? There's no sense in trying to get into this chop right now, especially with only 4 hours, 3 hours and 40 minutes until the big announcement. So if we do see some kind of bull trap scenario where we pump on the announcement, right, I would play a bull trap, and I would look right around these levels over here at these highs, right? At around $22,650 coming into play, this previous demand zone from this double bottom on the 1 hour, right? If we drop that down to a 15, 10, 5-minute chart, we would see a double bottom here. But if we do see some kind of scenario, like a bull trap, when we get the FOMC announcement, just for a short-term scalp trade, I would be looking for shorts over here at around 22,800. That is your level here in the short term on Bitcoin. Now let's take a look at some other charts such as Ethereum. Ethereum, the topic of conversation today. Reason being, of course, 3 Arrows Capital in trouble. Rumors are swirling. Kyle and Zuzu haven't tweeted or liked anything in days. Zoo took every coin and hashtag out of his bio. Zoo deleted his Instagram, so he's going into hiding. He's not showing his face anymore, right? He's like an ostrich out in the sand, just burying his head with his whole body exposed, doing what he can to save face because he is losing billions and billions and billions of dollars right now. They're dumping 30,000 staked Lido Ethereum to reduce all of their Aave positions. We can go ahead and see this right here from this random Twitter account. DeFi community member Nikolai J saying that 3 Arrows Capital ETH position on Aave is not looking very comfortable right now. This was at 4:28 a.m., so around 7 hours ago. Their liquidation price was $1,012, right? I'm not sure if they added capital in the past 7 hours. I assume they did, trying to save themselves whatever way they can. But as you can see, overnight we did hit $1,014. All right, so that's just $2 away from the supposed liquidation price of 3 Arrows Capital right now. So they are in hot water. And of course, if they do get liquidated, what will that do? It will cause massive market selling of Ethereum on the market, which is why I'm saying that we are pretty close right now. Obviously, you can see that with the price, but we are very close to seeing 3-digit Ethereum, and we have not seen that since the late days of 2020, all right? Well over a year and a half ago now. But ETH coming back down to 3 digits, generational buys really. I mean, I think ETH can go as low as I've discussed. If we zoom this back out to a weekly chart, take a look at our levels that are outlined for us. We have our major demand pocket down here from 680 down to 480. Okay, $500 ETH. Pretty decent probability that we do see it this bear market, all right? And these are going to be generational buy opportunities most likely, as I do believe in the long-term success of cryptocurrency. Ethereum, some people doubt its longevity, but I think for the next bull run, it would be safe, not financial advice by the way, but I do think it would be safe to buy it at around 500 and at least flip it at 5K. That's a 10x right there, a 10x on ETH. I mean, this isn't the previous bull run where we're going to get like a 50x, but a 10x is nothing to be complaining about. Let's see what's going on in the live chat. We got 76 viewers, only around 20 likes. Let's go ahead and get that up to par. Smash up that like button. If you're just tuning into the live stream, welcome. Hope you're enjoying your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And with that being said, if you're brand new to Crypto Empire, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on all bell notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. We got Madeira Cake saying, Connor, would you buy alts now or would you wait? I would not buy alts just yet. I think alts still have some ways to go. I mean, just looking at these prices, Solana overvalued at $30, $29 right now. Solana's got more to go. Polkadot, we're waiting for 4 to 5. Cardano can go lower. Everything can go lower still, in my opinion. We can definitely bounce from here. But, you know, I am dollar cost. Like I shared yesterday, I bought some BTC and I bought some Monero around these levels. So I'm dollar cost averaging for the very, very long term into strong positions, into strong hodl positions, right? Two of the most fundamentally sound cryptos, Bitcoin and Monero, right? So I'm not necessarily dipping my feet into the altcoin market just right now. With things like kind of mid caps and low caps, I do think they have lower to go. But that should answer your question, Madeira Cake. And we also got D'Artagnan saying, Connor with the little hands emoji. What it do? How are you this morning? We got Mr. Seller's Home saying, watch the go for a full basis point rate hike. Yes, Mr. Seller's Home. So let's talk about that. We can talk about that right now. Unknown. When is the Fed meeting? That will take place today at 2 p.m. as we can see from the Forex Factory calendar. The FOMC coming into play today at 2 p.m. And let's see what else we got. Alice saying, wow, it's a beautiful cleanup of the crypto market. It is indeed a beautiful cleanup of the crypto market. But yes, it is possible we see a full 100 basis point rate hike. And here we have this tweet from Zero Hedge saying that the Fed hiking 75 BPS will send stocks up. Fed hiking 100 BPS will send them higher, and 150 the highest, as it means recession, rate cuts, and quantitative easing come much faster. Bit of a speculation here from Zero Hedge, but all he's saying is that the Fed is completely between a rock and a hard place. If they keep rates low, right, only a 50 BPS hike, well, then inflation will keep on being a huge problem. If they hike the rates, we're going to go into a massive, massive recession. The Fed doesn't want that. It is election year. A lot of other reasons as well. It would cause a lot of turmoil and chaos. So massive recession, possibly even depression, is not a good look either, which most likely means eventually they will have to turn on the money printer again. I talked about these thoughts. If you go to my channel over here, what high inflation means for crypto, I basically went over the scenarios of how the Fed in the past said that they were going to tighten the economy, hike interest rates, and they did it for a little bit, but then they had to stop and they cut it very, very early and then just turned on the money printer again. So very possible we see a similar type of scenario play out here this year or next year with the Fed, but they are really between a rock and a hard place right now. And here on ETH, we do have overhead levels, mainly the big one up here at $1,400. I don't think we go past $1,400. If we do make our way up to $1,400, we even have some supply overhead, my mistake, where we always have supply overhead and demand lower than current price. But we do have a supply zone up here as well on Ethereum, taking place at around 1,320 to 1,388, right? This is your main level, I would say. And then as well, these wicks over here at 1,423. But if we do see a pump, a relief on ETH, this is where I'm looking for shorts, plain and simple, straight at you. These are your shorting levels on Ethereum up here. Of course, for the exact price, I will be watching it, and I will be letting everybody in my Discord know when I do go ahead and short ETH. But even looking at that, let's not undermine these major resistance levels over here as well. At 1250, going up to as high as 1284. Major overhead resistance on ETH, just like we have it on Bitcoin. We are chopping around, non-directional, making these lower lows on ETH. And we are basically waiting to see what does happen next. Of course, if Zuzu goes ahead and gets liquidated, then that will cause massive sell-offs on ETH, which most likely will mean we'll just continue the crusade down to 3-digit Ethereum. Now, we had somebody asking for the ETH Bitcoin ratio. And let's go ahead and take a look at the higher time frame on this. So ETH BTC coming down to test 5 million Satoshis, now at 5.19 million sats per Ethereum. And yes, this looks like Ethereum is totally losing its strength versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin, of course, is the king of the market. As I have said now for many years since I've started this channel, I've repeated myself that Bitcoin is the king. People like to say that, oh, Bitcoin, you don't need it. Altcoins are better. You can make more money with altcoins, yada, 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 yada. But in turbulent times, all the money does flow either into cash like we're seeing now or the king of the crypto market, which is Bitcoin. So taking a look at ETH BTC, our next stop, right? We have a lot of wicks down, very high volume. This does look like capitulation volume. If I draw a, let me go ahead and adjust that. For the volume bar, right, our current, or 2 days ago's daily volume bar, it is super high. It is super, super high, right? Massive sells of Ethereum into Bitcoin is all this means. And I do think it does have lower to go. Of course, if 3 Arrows gets liquidated, that would, be even, make Ethereum even weaker than it already is. But mainly we had the 4.6 million Satoshi level coming into play, and that is our next major level on ETH BTC that we are waiting on. But such aggressive selling of Ethereum right now into Bitcoin, as this chart does reflect, Ethereum totally losing its strength. It was up as high this bull run to 8.8 million sats. From that level, it is down 41%, okay? I do think it can go lower than 41%. 4.5 million sats is your next level on ETH BTC. As you can see, a previous top over here from 2021. And then we do have a level down here at 4 million sats exactly coming into play from the DeFi summer of 2020. Who remembers that? Smash up the like button and let me know in the live chat if you were in crypto during the DeFi summer of August and September of 2020. I know a lot of people just entered into the crypto market last year in 2021 or very early this year in 2022. But to all of the people who've been in this since at least 2020, we all remember DeFi summer. What an exciting time that was. Uniswap just launched. PancakeSwap, nobody even knew what it was. PancakeSwap was the play then. Went 100x from there. What a time to be alive. If only we could relive those moments, but those are just fleeting memories now in our minds, right? We have to go ahead and focus on creating even better memories in the future because we are constantly progressing on the uptrend here at Crypto Empire. And that's just life, right? If you're saying to yourself, oh man, I wish we can go back to 2020, things are never going to be that good again, you were thinking wrong, my friend. Things will always get better, things will always improve, as long as you keep on pushing forward and progressing. But yes, to answer whoever was looking for the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, our next level is over here at 4.6 million sats, and then we have another big one at 4 million Satoshis for that. Let's see what else is going on. Monero isn't alt, so why DCA in now? Just because I think it's a good price for the long term, and some trades went very well, so I'm just readjusting profits from trades into long-term assets, right? Because if I keep it in my trading account, I'll be tempted to do stupid things with it. I like to hold on to my profits, either pay myself or invest for the long term. So that's why I went ahead and bought things like Monero now. But yes, I do agree. I think Monero can definitely go ahead and test 70. We'll go ahead and look at that right now and let you know why I think it can test $70 on XMR. So most recently, it had a crash from 290 down to 119. And if we go ahead and measure that on Monero, this was a drop of 58%. Okay, and right now on Monero, from the high locally at 208 down to the current low, it's only a 50% drop. If we go 58%, where does that take us? It takes us around $86. And just below that, there is a huge demand level from $80 to $70. All right, so I do think Monero can go much lower from here, but I believe in this asset long term, and the reason why I went ahead and bought it is because I see a low price like this. All right, massive sell-offs. So I'm perfectly fine and well to go ahead and buy it here with trading profits, right? So that's just my decision making. Of course, not financial advice. You need to make your own decisions in the market. We got DMC saying, greetings from Hong Kong. Very interesting. We have a global audience here at Crypto Empire. What is up, DMC, all the way from Hong Kong? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Be sure to smash up that like button. Tony Pacino saying, I'm hoping for a massive bear market so we can accumulate coins. Tony, I think your wish will be fulfilled. I am expecting a massive bear market. We're already in it. We have been in it from November of 2021. and we are showing no signs of stopping. So yes, you will get your wish of a massive bear market to accumulate all the coins that your heart does desire. We also got Randy FPZ saying, hey, from Mexico, any good trade setups today? Randy, like I shared earlier in the stream, I assume you're just popping in. Welcome to the Crypto Empire Morning Domination live stream, episode number 7. But I assume you're just joining us right now, Randy. I did discuss how I was looking for a Bitcoin short over here. If we go to the 30. But price went ahead and missed my entry by 200 points. And right now I'm just waiting on the FOMC meeting before I make any plays in the market. But definitely go ahead and rewind the stream where I outline the main levels to look for trades. Let's see what else is going on. We got Richard Skeed with us this morning. What's up, Richard? Good morning. How are you? Thanks for popping into the live stream. We got DMC saying, when I look at new coins, I don't look at USD value, but at the Bitcoin or Ethereum value to see how it performs versus the market. Very good point, DMC. Yes, you should definitely look at the Bitcoin value of your altcoins because ultimately you want to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. So you use that metric to go ahead and make your trading decisions off of. You don't want to buy something when it's overvalued in Bitcoin terms. You want to buy it at the bottom. So definitely good on you for being aware of the Bitcoin and Ethereum values and not just the US dollar values when it does come to your altcoins. We got Don Ragnar saying, I like Bitcoin, but which one of its proposed unique selling points has it actually fulfilled? Peer-to-peer cash? No. Store value? No. Hedge against inflation? No. After the Ukraine situation, MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor tried to shill as digital energy. I think when centralizing influences like MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor and Cathie Woods get wrecked and leave, then Bitcoin and crypto will have a chance for the fundamentally strong to rise up. I'm heavy in cash, ready for the proper lows to grab them all. That is our friend Don Ragnar giving his 2 cents. As always, appreciated, Don. You always have some very valuable insights. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, you are right. Bitcoin has not yet fulfilled any of its proposed use cases, but it was created for these times. And I mean, you bring up valid points. There's no denying it, for sure. We have to see how it does shape up over time, though, because it is very early to Bitcoin. It's only been around now for around 12, 13 years. And the world is still not aware of really what it even is. The vast majority of the population has heard the term Bitcoin, but they still have no idea what it is. I think we will eventually reach a tipping point, especially like we talked about here with our zero hedge tweet. The Fed is so screwed right now. They're between such a rock and a hard place. What are their options? Their options here are to keep rates moderately hiking them, right, causing inflation to soar, or they go ahead and hike them aggressively, causes depression, and then they're going to have to go ahead and ease that by turning the printer back on. More inflation, more dollars in circulation. What alternative is there than to a decentralized, scarce digital currency? So I still believe in BTC, but nonetheless, Don, you do bring up very, very valid points, very valid debate talking points, and we can talk all day about that debate. But yeah, I won't lie, you bring up very valid points, but still, the world has no idea what Bitcoin even is yet. And once they do wake up to it, I do think it will have a different effect. And I mean, still looking at this macro chart, all speculation, yada, yada, yada. It's been trading for like 12, 13 years now. It continues to make higher highs and higher lows on a very, very macro uptrend. So, yes, we're in a bear market now, but our previous low was $3,200. Right now we're at $20K. All right, so as long as we still keep on making higher highs and higher lows, the technicals are your friend and the trend is your friend until the very end. And we are still in a 13-year uptrend on Bitcoin. So let's not forget about that. Let's see, Randy FPV saying he got in June 2019 and it has gone up since then. Yes, Randy, you got in a very good point in time in June of 2019 in the bear market. I assume you did very well, I hope so, over the previous bull run, and now you're waiting for this next bear market to go ahead and play itself out so that we can have fun again in another bull market. We got Desmond. By the way, we have 95 viewers and only around 40 likes. Smash up the like button right now. Bring up that ratio for the YouTube algorithm. Get this live stream out to more people interested in cryptocurrency on YouTube so that they discover Crypto Empire and they can as well. Let the gains be with them. So smash up the like button. Desmond Lee saying, shout out from Malaysia. What's up, Desmond? How are you this morning? Or I assume it's evening over there in Malaysia if you're watching the stream from over there. Shout out from Jersey right back to you, Desmond. Hey, I was saying, any alts that are rotating Bitcoin into, I would not be rotating any Bitcoin into altcoins right now. Heyo. Ella saying, replying to Don Ragnar, all that is a meme. The only true part is that proof of work of Bitcoin has the highest security and Bitcoin is the most globally shared spreadsheet. Big up, Don. Mr. Seller's Home saying it's fulfilled peer-to-peer. It has fulfilled peer-to-peer. You can make peer-to-peer transactions with Bitcoin for sure. He's saying I just paid for real estate professional photography in Bitcoin. All right, so there's a use case right there. Interesting. Don saying, Connor, your subs will 100x by the next bull. Keep doing what you're doing, my fellow Italian brother. Shout out to you, Don. Much love, my friend. Thank you for the support. I do believe that as well, right? I wouldn't be making these videos if I didn't believe in myself and think that I could be the biggest crypto YouTuber. Because I want to do things my way, not the way that everybody else does things. And I do think that enough people will come to appreciate the brutal and harsh honesty that I do bring at this channel. And yeah, I'm excited to see where the future goes here. And I'm just going to keep on showing up every single day, as I always do. Be sure to smash up that like button if you do appreciate that. Let's see what else is going on. Kathleen Smith, we have inflation because of monopoly pricing and supply chain issues. There are not enough US dollars for global economy. You are clueless. World runs on USD. Not enough. Kathleen, go read the Bitcoin standard. Go read the fiat standard. And you will be proved so utterly wrong that you will take back your comment and you will never go ahead and use those all caps letters again on my stream like that. But I disagree with you, Kathleen Smith. Let's see what else is going on. Mr. Sellers Homes, Alice saying he's bullish on the next 100x channel here at Crypto Empire. Connor, do you have Italian citizenship? No, I don't have Italian citizenship. So my grandparents were both born in New York, but their parents were born in Italy and they migrated over. So I'm looking into if I can get like a generational Italian passport passed down because of that. So we're going to see, but I would love to have a European passport and go live in Europe carefree without any visas or have to deal with anything like that. But we'll see. Mashin saying, if crypto pumps today after the meeting, in your opinion, is it coming back down to this level again? Yes. If crypto does pump for this meeting, I shared the bear or the bull trap scenario, right, where we come up here to our resistance and come back down. But even still, if we continue to trend up higher a bit in the short term, possibly get up to 25K or maybe the major overhead resistance coming in from 26,700 up to 27,600 over here, I do think that's just a temporary relief. And I think that we will go ahead and start making lower lows towards our lower price levels outlined in the charts. Chainlink a buy now. Depends what your time frame is, but short answer to your question is Chainlink a buy now. I would say probably not. If you're talking about like a long-term buy. Bitcoin coming to $1 again. I doubt that. So let's see. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and move on with the live stream. You guys can continue to chat amongst yourselves in the live chat. I do encourage that. While you do that, we're going to go ahead and move on over to our Twitter wisdom. All right, so here we have Dylan LeClaire, who is a Bitcoin Pro Senior Analyst. Right? He's saying that no bailouts are coming, just liquidations. What is he referring to? He's referring to the 2008 Great Financial Crisis when a bunch of banks went ahead and went bankrupt and they were bailed out by the money printer. Here in this crypto contagion, we will not be bailed out by any money printing or any central bank stepping in. They will get liquidated and they will go out of business. All right, let's continue to go ahead and read this thread. Atomic bomb of on-chain liquidations occur within 10 to 20% move down across the ETH/DeFi complex. 3 Arrows Capital, Celsius, and other players/speculators. No major buyers as everyone can see other players' liquidation levels, and traditional finance is having its own volatility event. Talking about stocks. So let's see. Three Arrows wallet dangerous close to liquidation on Aave. $226 million of Ethereum pledged to borrow $186 million of USDT and USDC. ETH liquidation between $10.50 and $1,000, like we talked about over here, right? ETH liquidation around $1,012 for Three Arrows, and ETH is falling fast. All right, so Three Arrows is dangerously close to getting liquidated on around $220 million of Ethereum. It looks like they escaped by the skin of their teeth, according to this Binance chart. And this is an ongoing situation here. So, big things happening. Also, BlockFi paying $1 million to Iowa for selling unregistered securities. So the fine of almost $1 million to Iowa's insurance division is part of a larger $100 million penalty that BlockFi agreed earlier this year with the Securities and Exchange Commission. So BlockFi, of course, Celsius' biggest rival, also in some hot water, but not facing billions of dollars of liquidations right now. Anyway, the reason I bring up this article is to let you know, to reiterate the point, that you should not have any crypto right now inside of these centralized entities where you don't fully custody your coins. Not your keys, not your crypto. Get it out while you still can. I warned everybody about 5 days in advance to get your money out of Celsius, and then they went ahead and paused all withdrawals exactly as we expected here. Right, and we did prepare ahead of time. Now I'm telling you again, get all of your crypto out of these centralized entities. It's not worth the 3, 4, 5% yield. It's not worth it. What happens if you lose your whole stack? Was the 4% yield worth it? No, it absolutely was not. So BlockFi, no better than Celsius. I actually like Celsius better than BlockFi. I would always say how I always use Celsius over BlockFi. But, of course, took all the money out of Celsius, keeping it on my own wallets because I want nothing to do with these huge centralized entities going bankrupt and down with my money or anybody in the Crypto Empire community's money at that. All right, so stay safe out there, protect yourself, get a hardware wallet, and put your crypto in there so that nobody else can touch it besides yourself. VW, when is the Fed announcement? The Fed announcement is today at 2 p.m., right? You can see that at the Forex Factory calendar. I'll put this link in the live chat for you to go ahead and bookmark on your own browser. This is a very handy website for any traders out there who are just getting into it that are not aware of the financial calendar. Definitely go ahead and bookmark that one and keep a close eye on it at all moments in time. Mike B saying the Fed is hardcore manipulating the bond market. Yeah, they're manipulating a lot of stuff. Don Ragnar, I'm half Italian on your mom's side. I'm actually the same. My mom's side is 100% Italian, and my dad's side is different. Ethereum will come to $1 again. I doubt that. I am looking for this level here on ETH. Definitely 3-digit Ethereum. Between around 480 to 680 is my major macro buy level for this bear market on Ethereum. Alex saying economy is weak in Europe, but taxes are lovely in San Marino. Yeah, there's some good tax benefits over in Europe, especially places like Portugal and Malta. For all the crypto enthusiasts out there, you should already know that. Should you buy Gallup, Pompano Auto Body? I would most likely wait. I think all altcoins will go ahead and go lower. Krishna, I doubt Bitcoin will go to $1, but keep on dreaming. Will there be a live stream during the big Fed reveal? So I am not going to be able to live stream at 2 p.m. today, which is why I'm going ahead and live streaming right now. But yes, not going to be at 2 p.m., but we got you right now. Don't you worry about that, Mike B. So the numbers are directly at 2. What is he start. So the numbers are always released before he starts talking. They're released as soon or like seconds or minutes before he starts talking. And that's at 2:30. So yeah, 2:30 we'll get the numbers, and we just watch the charts, right? We watch the charts and see how it does play out. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on. Talk about interest rates and the Fed and other central banks. So here we have an article from Bloomberg, the Europe edition. And this title is Central Banks Got It Wrong. You don't say. Anyway, let's get into the article. Today we look at how central bankers are facing trouble of their own making, the latest run of data from China, and which currencies to sell as climate changes. So central banks won multiple plaudits for being the only game in town when crisis hits. In the wake of the financial crisis of 2008 and the 2020 event, they were the fastest to erect defenses around their economies, so it will prove a shock that many now blame them for being more problem than solution, as soaring inflation proves the greatest challenge to the global economic outlook. The result is a scramble to catch up. Yes, they are between a rock and a hard place. And central banks all around the world right now are doing crazy things, and it's having a very drastic effect on the economy and the markets. So at the root of the tension is that officials fail to spot the lasting power of surging inflation. Remember, it was only transitory back then, and then prove sluggish to respond to it because it was only transitory. It wasn't actually real, right? According to the people that run these central banks. Throw in various mixed messages and policy reversals along the way, and it's fair to ask if the managers of monetary policy have lost their touch. That is a fair question to ask. Have they lost their touch, or was it all a part of a larger agenda? Time will only tell that. So, take the Fed, for example. Chairman Powell only retired his outlook for transitory inflation in November. Of course, like we talked about earlier in the week, November was when they went ahead and said that they were going to start hiking rates. That was the top of the market. Everybody in Congress, all the big institutional funds, they all repositioned then. They knew that was the top. I was still in bullish euphoria with crypto at that time, and I did not realize that that was the top at that time. Like I always say here at Crypto Empire, when I am wrong, I have no problem admitting that I'm wrong, and I was wrong back then in November 2020. I should have listened to the Fed because, yes, the Fed was late to say that, but when they did say that they would start hiking rates and that inflation was real, they have since stuck to their word of raising rates and trying to combat inflation. And the Fed will most likely continue to stick to their word right now because since November, they've done everything that they said they would. Okay, so we can make all the jokes in the world, yeah, the Fed this, the Fed that. But since November, they have done exactly what they said they would do. All right, so we need to pay attention and watch the Fed very closely because when they switch, when they pivot, that will be the time to flip risk on and start going in heavy to the market. There is no rush right now to start jumping back into crypto because it's still very risk off. Let's read the article further. Even then, the central bank began 2020 maintaining a zero interest rate and sucking in treasuries and mortgage-backed securities. Now, of course, they're selling these off rapidly. So we saw some rate hikes, yada, 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 yada. European Central Bank President Lagarde was describing a 2020 rate hike as unlikely. Now the bank is set to end negative rates in the coming months. So Europe in an even worse place than the U.S. right now. And, the bond yields of vulnerable euro area members such as Italy are surging, not looking very good. The Japanese yen trades at its weakest in 24 years. So everything is looking in pretty bad shape right now. So, like we talked about, what are the options here for the Fed? What can they do? Either they go ahead and really aggressively hike interest rates, full 100 basis point rate hike, full percent, or they keep it slow at 50, 75, and inflation is still a problem because all the rate hikes since when they started doing it, haven't had any effect on inflation or the CPI. Inflation is still going up, okay? Things are still getting more expensive, and they're only set to get even more expensive. Of course, there are the supply chain issues. Let's not forget that the global supply chain is pretty much in gridlock. Nothing is getting to where it needs to be. This will have a trickle-down effect on corporate earnings totally slow, that'll raise prices, and consumers don't want to spend money. So yes, we are headed towards a massive recession here, and you just need to be aware of it. Cash is king. Inflation is very high, but cash is certainly king right now. You need to have some cash on the side. If you don't have any cash, then you got to get to work and get your cash flow going. It's very simple. But understand the economic outlook that we are currently living through and prepare accordingly. We got Elvis with us this morning. What is happening, Elvis? Good to see you in the live stream. Sir B. Rad saying, what's up from sunny Ohio? What's up, Sir B. Rad? How are you? Good to see you here. We got Alex Lopez with us. What's up, Alex? Saying, are you going to the Polkadot conference in New York City in 2 weeks? I did not plan on going to the Polkadot conference, but we'll see if I change my mind. But no plans as of right now for that. Thought Productions, which is better, Chainlink or Cardano? Interesting question. So those are two different types of projects. Cardano, obviously a layer 1 smart contract blockchain, where Chainlink is an oracle that gives real-world data to various blockchains and protocols. So two very different projects that fulfill very different use cases. So you can't say one is better than the other, because that is like comparing apples to oranges. They're not really comparable. Both are very good projects though, and will probably stand the test of time and at least last through this next bear market to see some good pumps in the next bull run. Pompano Auto Body, should I buy Gala? Like I just said, probably not financial advice. I don't think it's time to start jumping into the markets just yet. Looking at the weekly chart on Gala, from its high is already down. This thing hit 86 cents. It's down 93%, went as low as 94 and 30%, 94.3%. But yeah, I don't think that this has went ahead and bottomed out just yet, because everybody who's been in crypto understands that the bottom does not take place in 1 week, 1 day, or 1 month. It takes place over several months. So for Gala, when we form a range, that's when you want to know. That's where you're going to start going ahead and buying it, and you're going to look for your buys at the bottom of the range. Okay, we might have another leg down. This thing could go back to 2 cents. It could go to 1 cent. You don't know how bad it's going to get right now, and I do think we are headed lower. Macro says we're headed lower, so I would not be in any rush to go ahead and start buying Gala games just yet. But Gala, great project. I've talked about it a lot here in the channel. Very good metaverse gaming studio project. Not going anywhere, continuing to build throughout this bear market, but I'm not too eager to start throwing capital on such a volatile asset right now, because cash is king for the moment. Don asking, Connor, when you get a chance, could you look at accumulation levels for Chainlink? Absolutely, I can. And Sam saying Kadena, KDA is the one. Kadena is a very solid layer 1, and will probably pump massively again during this next bull run in what it's looking like 2024. So Chainlink here on our zoomed out chart, so we can see all of the data going back to the 2019 Link Marine days. So we're lower levels. I already have a lot outlined here on Link. Mainly over here at $4.98, so that's $5, and then $3.87. Okay, so below current price we have $5, and then around $3.87, $4 are some good levels to go ahead and DCA. Now, if we look further to the left, we can drop some more lines on the chart at key levels. Remember, this is a 3-day chart, so our TA is even more reliable the higher the time frame. So on Chainlink, we do have a level over here at $3, and then we have a big pocket of demand. This was, of course, the crash of March 2020. That is taking place from around $2.30 down to $1.30 on Chainlink. All right, so this is no guarantees that we will get as low as $2.30 to $1.30. 130 was that capitulation wick low. But below current price right now, we have $5, around $4, $3 to be safe on Link. Just looking at the higher time frame analysis. identifying the key levels on the chart. Alex is saying, what if most countries refuse to trade in dollars since they are all weak? Looks ugly, no place to mistake. Yeah, I mean, the dollar is still the world reserve currency right now, so I think countries will continue to be trading in dollars. I don't see that changing anytime soon, because really all fiat currencies are doomed, right? I mean, dollar's in a bad spot, euro's in a bad spot, the yuan is in a horrible spot. Everything is just in a very bad spot right now. So what is the alternative? You tell me. Cryptocurrency maybe? Who knows? But of course they want to keep their monetary system going, because that is what allows them to pull all of their strings. So I don't know, very interesting times, and we're in a transition period to a new financial system, and we'll see what comes out on top, right? We're prepared for crypto coming out on top here, Crypto Empire. But of course, there are other investments out there, ways to position yourself. And the main thing is value. If anything has value, it will be valuable even after the financial kind of transition period that we go through. So what holds value? Real estate. People are always going to need a place to live. Production, right? So what's producing goods that consumers use? Things like that, factories, etc. Those will always hold value no matter how bad things get. And people will always give value to get value, whether they're going to pay gold, silver, Bitcoin. Who knows how they'll pay you? But when the system kind of goes down, which it's on track to, we might just enter into a barter system economy again, like we did originally with money. Who knows how it's going to go, right? Read up on the history of money. Understand that history repeats itself, and we're going to go into very interesting times, and we are in that transition period right now. What time is the meeting? 2 p.m. Hi Connor, what time frame is best to look at for potential bottoms in a chart? That totally depends, Elvis. Totally depends, because we have short-term bottoms all the time, right? We have reversals, short-term bottoms that take place all the time. But if you're looking for macro bottoms, I would say the weekly and the monthly charts are your best levels to identify major macro bottoms. So the weekly and the monthly. From the daily and higher. Yeah, weekly and monthly, I would say, Elvis. Desmond saying, I have a bunch of altcoins in massive loss. Should I sell it all now or just hold them through this dump? So if you're already down horrendous on your altcoins that you're holding, this is not financial advice, but I would say that unless you really need that money, unless you need it to live and to survive, I would diamond hand it. If you're going to force yourself to sell it later on, then okay, yeah, get rid of it now. But if you don't really need that money, I would say to just diamond hand it, and then use this bear market to accumulate the very, very strong ones. You don't want to buy the so-so coins that you already hold because you already hold it and you want to get your average down. You want to go ahead and you want to concentrate on the very, very strong projects that you really do believe in. If you already bought an altcoin and you think you need to lower your average cost by buying it this bear market, but you don't really think it's going to perform that great, well then don't keep on buying it. Use that capital to go into a stronger pick that will give you a higher return. But I hope that does answer your question, Desmond. Should offer you some insight on the best actions to take for your own situation. Richard saying things can only get better. I agree, right? I mean, things are pretty grim right now, and what goes down must come up. There is no light without dark. There is no joy without pain. We are in a dark period right now, so it can only get lighter on the other side of it. So I do agree with you, Richard. I do think that things will be getting better, but for now we get to enjoy the chaos. And in chaos, there is always opportunity. That is from The Art of War, another great timeless book. Like I said, the new mainstream books are horrible. No wisdom, no lessons in there. The books that have been around for hundreds to thousands of years are the ones that you want to invest your time reading. All right, not the mainstream garbage you see on the bookshelves nowadays. All right, not worth it. Let's see. Rudy saying, what would you recommend for miners? I've started in April and got liquidated. Now I don't know what to do. That's tough. I mean, I don't personally mine myself, so I can't really speak on that, right? I'm a trader. So if you got liquidated and you want to continue mining, I would say to learn another skill that can produce income, like trading right now. Right? Trading is a great way to have an additional income stream. However you want to play it, whether you want to use your profits to further invest into crypto, to upgrade your lifestyle, that is up to you. But I can't speak on mining directly because I don't have a lot of experience doing that. Now, taking a look at the staked Lido Ethereum pegged to regular Ethereum, it has come down slightly to just a difference of 5.9%, whereas yesterday was 6.1%. So this is still hovering, and I do expect this to maybe even hit 10%. It's not over yet. 3 arrows continuing to face these liquidations. We're going to keep on monitoring how the situation does develop. And we do have the big FOMC meeting announcement, the interest rate hike today at 2 p.m. So we have to be patient and wait for that to get announced. Most likely, we just accumulate and consolidate until that announcement. We probably will see a big knee-jerk reaction to the announcement. And it's up in the air right now. Some people are saying 100 basis points. Some people are saying 75 is 100% guaranteed. Others say we're going to get 50 basis point rate hike again. We don't know what it will be. So we're going to just go ahead and wait and see and then make a move after that announcement. Now, with that being said, Aether is saying, any thoughts on Astar? Astar, good project. Great Polkadot parachain, but still going to continue to get destroyed in this bear. Hitting all-time lows now, just because it's at all-time lows right now, does not mean that it can't go lower. All right, this thing can most certainly go lower, but yes, Astar fundamentally strong. I like the parachain. Be aware of the kind of supply, the fully diluted valuations, etc. Definitely important to note, but the fundamentals are there with Astar as a Polkadot parachain. With that being said, everybody, go ahead and smash up the like button. We have around 90 viewers and only around 50 likes, so smash up that like button. With that being said, it is time to go ahead and start wrapping up the Crypto Empire Morning Domination live stream. This was a great stream. I hope everybody did enjoy it as much as I enjoyed hosting it. I will be here tomorrow again on the Crypto Empire YouTube channel to go live with you, so be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed, and of course turn on all bell notifications so that you are alerted immediately when I go live or post a regular video. I will see you all in the next video. We're going to see how the Fed does handle rates. They are between a rock and a hard place, but I'm very interested to see what does come of today and how the markets do react. I'll see you all tomorrow or maybe even later today for another YouTube video. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I will see you